Hey guys, and welcome to a Path of Exile currency making video. Today's strategy is going to be very simple. I'm going to show you from start to finish with a very small investment. You literally only need like 5 chaos at the start, to how you can make a ton of money that you can use to further up your build so you can farm out the harder strats that require way more investment. This is obviously not going to be 20 divines per hour. This is going to be perfect for you to set up a budget for those strats. So keep that in mind. Now the first thing that we're going to need is just like a tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 map. Mine's 8 mod corrupted. It can be 6 mod, just rare, whatever. You need a Scarab of Escalation, which makes it so you get 10% increased maps found for every mod affecting the area. You need a Cartography Scarab of Corruption. I think this one's like 2C. It makes all your maps drop as corrupted with 8 modifiers. And then we use 2 Scarabs of Multitude, which add packs to the map that have increased chance to drop maps. Now, we're just going to farm some 8 mod maps because we're going to need the 8 mod maps for the strategy that's going to come up in this video for you to make your money. Now, some of you won't have 5 Maptify slots. I don't even have my 6th one yet. I just have 5. If you don't have 5, you can use one of the Multitude Scarabs. It makes a little bit less maps drop, but it's not that bad. You'll just have to farm this a little bit more than if you have 5 slots. Alright, so we pop these in. We're not going to use anything on the map. We're just going to do quantity. Make sure that these are split up. Activate it, and we're just gonna farm a couple of 8 mod maps so that I can show you guys how to get the maps that you need for the strategy to make some money. So we'll just run the map, and any map that you can find you pick up. I'm doing this on a low tier just to show you guys that you can actually do this on a low tier as well, that you don't need a high tier maps, you don't need like a really strong build. There we go. We already have 1. And we're just gonna keep killing all the monsters and see how many maps we can get at the end. Alright, so as you can see, we ended up with 12 maps from that one little map. It took me like 2 minutes to run. It was really easy. You're going to be needing these to do the upcoming strategy, which is going to be stacked deck farming. Now, for the stacked deck farming farm, you are going to need these things. So, for every 8 mod map that you're going to run doing this strategy, you're going to need 4 Divination Scarabs of the Cloister. These will put packs in your map that will all have a 1% chance to drop a stacked deck. With these 4 Scarabs, it'll make it that it's a 4% chance for them to drop a stack deck. So you're going to get like a ton of stack decks per map, especially with the 8 mod, which increases the monster pack size. So the packs that do spawn are bigger, and therefore we get more loot. Now, one thing I do recommend is that you run Ritual with this strat, because a lot of the packs will spawn within the Ritual circle, and when you do the Ritual, those packs will respawn and again drop stack decks. These will basically give you 10 up to 15 extra stack decks per map. So it is very vital that you do run Ritual on this. If you don't have a lot of Atlas points, obviously you can just go and spec for Ritual. The most important one is the one that gives you 4 rituals per map. Now the 4 rituals per map is Occult Devotion all the way in the top. If you want to save points, you can just go straight through the tree in the bottom and through the middle and get up there. This is the most important node on the Atlas. You don't need all of the other nodes. I just have like extra Scarab drop chance, etc. We're only going to count the stack decks that we're dropping, so you guys know what you can expect. As you can see, I have no stack decks in my stash right now. I am going to run 28 mod maps with these Scarabs and show you guys the results. Alright, so I finished running the 20 maps. We got 672 stack decks in total. And that totals out to 33.6 stack decks per map. Now, stack decks right now, if we go to Foster's and we check the currency exchange, stack decks are currently going for 2.7 chaos each. Of course, if you flip it around, it's only 2.5, but you want to sell them at 2.7. Always check the buy price and sell it for the price that you would buy it for. That way you don't lose any money. So for example, we have 672. Normally if you sold them, you'd get 1707, but if we swap that around, it's 1855. So you literally lose out 80 chaos by selling them for lower. So don't do that, just sell them at the buy price. So yeah, in 20 maps we made almost 1900 chaos. This is close to 100 chaos per map. And with the investment right now, the investment being we need cloisters. So let's say we buy 40 of these, that would have been 120 chaos. So we literally made 1750 chaos profit in 20 maps on tier 3 maps as well, which you can self-sustain by using the small map farming strategy that I showed in the start of the video. Yeah, you can actually just make a ton of money to pay for the items that you need for your build to push onto yellow maps, red maps, start doing like your quest bosses, get your void stones, etc, etc. So this should help you get along a little bit quicker. I hope it helped. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more guides for beginners, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.